Adam. How's it going, mate? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. You?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Is your family good? All safe, yeah?
Yeah, good, good. Just literally coming from the garden, having a barbecue in the sun. So yeah, can't be bad.
Decent. What's your thoughts on the current situation at United? Anybody you can sign, or what are you thinking?
Well, a lot of talk about Sancho coming in. Um, Depends what part of the media you read. Agreed deals in and personal terms, etc. Harry Kane's another shout. A lot of sound coming from that area. Personally, I'd like to see a centre half come in. I do think we need someone to accompany Maguire, although Bailly's done all right when he come back in against Chelsea. Obviously, Cruyff turns in the box and all the rest of it. But I just don't know if he's got that stability that we need. I can see Diego Dallo going of a PSG, Barcelona, sniffing round that. We've got Wan-Bissaka, a right back, absolute the strongest right back, I think, at the minute, probably worldwide. I've not seen anyone tackle like him. I've not seen anyone control Raheem Sterling like he does.
Yeah.
And most of your other wingers that will go past you, with a breeze of pace and a bit of skill. Yeah, so basically, I'd like to see a centre half come in, someone to accompany Maguire. I think we've got obviously Twanzebe, young kid, very very well at Villa on loan. Maybe I'd like to see him get a bit of a running games, sort of get a bit of game time, bit of confidence, and see what he can do. But I still think we just need someone established. I just think United have always been built on quality centre half partnerships. Going back through the years, Rio Vidic, Pallister Bruce, all them sort of guys. Other than that, do you know what? I don't think we're too bad.
Lingard,
The Pogba
Pereira.
situation's always a. Pereira, I can see going. He's just not going to cut the mustard, is he? It's just his passing ability at times lacks. He gives the ball away too easy. Lingard, he's all right on the old Instagram, getting the followers, isn't he? But
Yeah.
no, I've always been one to speak well about Lingard. Look at his goals that he has contributed, the big goals, Wembley goals. But other than that, week in, week out, he's just not doing it. Obviously, Matt Tominay has been out injured, so has Pogba. Although recently, just seeing Tominay, I don't know if you've been watching these 5K times they've all been publishing.
No.
Tominay's just published his, so he's basically run 5K, donate £5 to the NHS.
Oh, okay.
It's a national thing that we've been doing. I believe it was Ross Barkley at Everton posted a time, and it was ridiculous. McTominay's just posted one, and it was in the top 30 in the world, somewhere around that. If he was running on a track, it was under 16 minutes, which is absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, no, I think we'll be okay, providing we've got the full squad back. And if Pogba wants to come to the party, then yeah, let's have him in.
Are you still keeping him now? Are you still buying into the Pogba thing?
Do you know what? I don't buy into a lot of the press. I generally, unless it's crystal clear on Sky Sports News, I don't read into it because you can go down so many avenues and get so dragged in. And I've been season ticket at United now for 10 years plus, and you can go there and speak to certain fans, and depending what the sun's writing one week and the mirror's writing the next, it's anybody's business. The Ollie in, Ollie out thing, I didn't buy into that. You've got to have time. You've got to have a bit of, let him take his stamp on the club and make his mark. You keep sort of jumping down these people's throats, and don't get me wrong, Pogba is spending a bad vibe at times, but if he wants to stay in, wants to stay at Man United, he needs to get rid of his agent, that Raiola, because he's a bad disease. He spreads a bad vibe. He's all about himself. But no, I would. If Pogba wants to play, then let's have it right. He's up there in the top 10 in the world at the minute, so let's have him. Let's have him in there.
Okay. Striker wise, you having a Gallo for a couple of seasons, or are you getting a new one in, or?
Do you know what? Since Gallo's come in, he's really impressed me. When he come on against Chelsea, what sticks in my mind vividly is we was under the cost. Obviously, Chelsea were pressing to try and get a goal back. De Gea lumps one up. Next minute, Gallo plucks out the air, backs into the defender, holds him off, holds the ball up, and just lays it off to the wing. And it was like, we've needed that. We have needed someone to do that. Anthony Martial, don't get me wrong, he's hit and miss, he's hot and cold. But Igalo seems to just sort of bring that bit of, calm under pressure. When we needed that bit of an outlet, someone to just suck the ball in, hold it up for a minute, he seems to do all right. Rashford, when he's fit, is unplayable. I know that the opposition are going in, looking at the team sheet, thinking, why have I got to play against him today? His lightning pace, his touch is fantastic. His skill in the last few years, you see some of these flipping flap things that he does and all the rest of it, and his goals are not to be sniffed at. So yeah, I think we've got a basis. Daniel James obviously set off like house on fire. Contributed with a few goals, but I just think we can do all right. We can do all right with what we've got.
Obviously, if you rewind the clock back about 5 years, it was a precedented like top 4, top 5 teams. Fast forward 5 years, it's like top 6, top 7, and now you've got Newcastle getting bought, and it's just like could be top 8, top 9. It's going to be harder and harder and harder for any Championship club to come up to the Premier League and survive. Is the Newcastle situation a threat to United's top 4 chances? What do you think?
I wouldn't say straight away, but let's have it right. As you've said with previous guys, money talks at the end of the day. Like you said with City, Robinho thought he was coming to United. Let's have it right. You've got Manchester for this amount of money, and you're on this amount of week, and he's gone, well, I'll have a bit of that. Turned up, obviously, he's been at the dark side. Wondered what it was all about. But
playing
yeah,
with Benjani and Stephen Ireland.
You offer anyone the right amount of money, mate. They're going, aren't they? I heard, recently when you was talking to the Newcastle fan, and he was talking about Harry Kane. I could probably see that happening. 250, 300 grand a week. He's going to go there. He's going to attract some big names. And let's have it right. He hasn't won a trophy yet. He's 27, in the summer, and he's not won a trophy. Now, Harry Kane's a big player, big player. He wants success, and whether he gets it at Spurs, I just can't see it. So I do think Newcastle are going to cause a stir, and I do think 5 to 6 years' time, obviously all being well, this deal going through, they can be up there. They can be up there challenging, definitely.
Yeah, I was saying to Alex before, it was like obviously City got bought in 2008, and then it's going to be I think it was 2012, 2013 we won the league. So it's 4 or 5 years before they even consider knocking on the door for challenging. But like I say, in the next, I think I said to James Huddersfield fan before, in 5 years' time, the amount of money that's a team's going to survive because they're obviously going to gamble from the Championship trying to get to the Premier League. Because Blackburn are in dire straits in terms of debt, and obviously Bolton have just gone in free fall, and Betty have gone. So yeah, I think we might be into Premier League number 2 Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, quite possible because I mean this coronavirus, like you say, I know some of my mates who play sort of National League stuff, and it's crippling them clubs. I've got a good friend of mine who plays at Colne over in Burnley.
Hmm.
They had a good run in the FA Cup last season. Luckily enough, obviously, got some good money out of it. If it wasn't for that, they probably wouldn't be a club now. You know, I do think that money, it's just it is ruining the game a bit. It is, and as you know, as fans have said before, there's no football without fans,
Mm.
um, and obviously that leaks into pricing fans out of the game and everything else. But unless the players have got a lot to answer for because they're wanting big wages, agents, it's all getting a bit political rather than just being the game it was.
Yeah. Do you think the English FA should take the stance of the Dutch FA and just cancel the full thing?
Uh, to, to look at it like that in a safety kind of way, probably yeah. Because if you think about it, Dan, so if you want to carry on with it with the league and play it behind closed doors, well, for a start, you've got to test all the players, you've got to test all the backroom staff, managers, etc. Not only that, then, so to televise a game, you've got to be talking, I don't know, 100, people to go to the stadium. Obviously, set all the cameras up, etc., etc.
Hmm.
They've all got to be tested. Because I tell you what, one of these big players down at contracts COVID-19, uh, ends up in a big lawsuit. The FA are not going to be happy
Mm.
because that's going to leak into millions and
Mm.
millions of pounds. And is it worth it for what,
Mm.
9, 10 games left?
Yeah.
I think it's probably a good stance from
Yeah.
Holland to
Yeah.
null and void the season,
Mm.
and let's just crack on next year.
I mean, imagine we do try and finish the season, and then one of these players gets gets coronavirus, unannounced, and then dies from it. I mean, is that how far we're going to need to get to cancel the league, or for people that start listening to stay indoors? And I just don't get what's going on.
Well, it's not only that, Dan. Football's about the fans. Like I said, I followed United for 10 plus years. That's what I like doing. I like going to the ground. I like going to away games. I like going watching my team, and that's what football for me is all about. So to play these games behind closed doors is then, from a fan's perspective, you're just not fulfilling what you see in football.
Yeah, I've not obviously had a good chat with you about what you did for us to give us your tickets for the Wolves game. I know it was a shitty 0-0, but gave us a good insight as to obviously where you sit and what you can see from there. And yeah, it was a strange one. There's quite a lot of people booing Lingard and booing Pereira. But then obviously, as soon as Bruno Fernandes steps up to take a free kick, it's completely different. So yeah, no, I meant to say thanks for giving your tickets for that game, and I'm sure you were laughing on the other side of your face when it was 0-0. Honestly, I went to the ground thinking I'm going to see some fucking goals here. You know what I mean? I'm going to see a Neves Wildy or something, and then all of a sudden it was just a fucking 0-0. Like, joking. But yeah, no, appreciate that. But yeah, it's I can't wait to football start again. And I've just had a conversation with Dave Tats about England, and obviously where it leaves the Euros, because obviously that got cancelled as well. We're going through the players and going through the motions before, and the attacking options for England going forward. He's looking for some good reading.
Yeah, oh, definitely. I mean, we've got youth, and brilliance on our side. Let's have it right. Some of especially our strikers. You look there, um, Sancho, Rashford, Sterling, Kane, um, all fairly young. You've got a good few years left in them at least, and absolute up there with the elite. Um, even when you look to the likes like Danny Ings and stuff like that, you know, he can find the net if he needs to, you know. But it's one of them. Postponing these Euros will only do us well, I think, because of our injury issues with the English team at the minute.
Yeah, I mean, I still reckon we should have took the default to the World Cup. I mean, you know what I mean? And it still annoys me the fact that it's like Kane didn't square it to Sterling, but there you go.
Squared it, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it'd have probably missed anyway, Sterling.
But yeah, no. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate your time. I know you've had your barbecue to get back to, so yeah, no. If you've got anything to say regarding coronavirus, the floor is yours. You got to tell the people watching.
No, just got to follow the government's advice, haven't we? If everyone does that, stays away from each other, then we can get back to a bit of normality. But you know, that's just how it is. It's something we've never really encountered, the majority of us. So yeah, stay safe. You know, keep following the guidelines, and we'll see this on the other side.
No problem. Thanks, Adam. Thanks, mate. I'll
Cheers,
catch you
Dan.
again. I'll
Thank
catch
you,
you again
mate.
soon.
See
See
you
you later,
later, pal.
pal. Bye, man.